Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters. In today's exciting video, we're diving into the world of high-value collectibles with a spotlight on the most valuable and rare weed pennies, those legendary 1-cent coins that are turning heads and making waves in today's action-packed collector's market. These aren't just old coins, they are historical artifacts of American currency carrying stories, secrets, and staggering dollar value. Whether you're a passionate or a new investor eyeing rare coins with skyrocketing demand, this video is your ultimate guide to the top wheat pennies dominating the market right now. Let's get started. Let's start with its story. The 1935 1-cent coin is part of the famous Lincoln Wheat series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin pays tribute to Abraham Lincoln, the first U.S. president to ever appear on a circulating American coin. On the reverse, two proud wheat stalks, symbols of prosperity and resilience. Obverse, Lincoln's profile. Reverse, wheat ears plus 1 cent, United States of America. No mint mark equals minted in Philadelphia. Material, 95% copper, 5% tin, and zinc. Weight, 3.11 gram. Historical background, America in 1935. In 1935, America was still recovering from the Great Depression. President Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal was reshaping the country. Jobs were scarce, bread lines were long, and a penny still had meaning. Every cent mattered. Role of the penny in the economy. Economic hardship and value of money. Symbolic meaning of Lincoln during troubled times. Minting and mystery. Why no mint mark? Many ask, why no mint mark? Here's the answer. The Philadelphia Mint did not place a mint mark on its coins in 1935. Only San Francisco and Denver used S and D. So a 1935 penny with no mark? Straight from the nation's oldest mint. Philadelphia's massive production in 1935, over 245 million coins. High survival rate, but condition is key. Decondition equals heavy wear but authentic and collectible. Grading the coin, decondition explained. Let's talk about grading. Decondition means the coin is well worn. You'll notice soft edges, missing details in Lincoln's hair, and flat wheat stalks. But it's still real, still valuable. How coins are graded: MS, AU, VF, F, G, AG, D. D equals damaged, poor, or environmental damage. How to spot fakes versus true 1935 no mint cent. Market value today. Here comes the million-dollar question. What's it worth today? A 1935 1-cent coin without mint mark, in decondition, typically sells for 10 cents to $1 USD. But hold on, rare varieties and errors can skyrocket to $50, $100, even $500. Decondition, 10 cents to $1. Fine condition, $1 to $5. Extremely fine or better, $8 to $20. Uncirculated red, $100 plus. Error coins, die cracks, off-centers, double strikes. Error coins, the hidden gems. Collectors go wild for errors. That's where real value hides. If your 1935 penny has a double die or off-center strike, you might be sitting on hundreds of dollars. Double die errors. Lamination flaws. The I errors between the B and E in Liberty. Misstruck coins. Die clash marks. Where to sell or buy? You found a 1935 penny? Great. Here's where to go next. eBay, heritage auctions, great collections. Coin dealers and appraisers. Reddit r/coins, coin talk forums. Local coin shows. Certified grading services. PCGS and GC. Investment potential. Is the 1935 Lincoln penny a good investment? The answer is yes, if you know what to look for. Supply is high, but high-grade and error coins are rare. Low entry price, high upside with errors. History-backed appeal. Demand from collectors rising. How to protect, preserve. Preserve the past. Protect your penny. Here's how. Store in acid-free holders. Avoid touching with bare hands. Keep in cool, dry, stable environments. Avoid cleaning, lowers value. The 1935 1-cent coin is more than copper. It's American grit, history, and potential fortune, all in your hand. Whether you have one or you're hunting one, remember this. The smallest coin can tell the biggest story. Next, to the world of hidden treasures. Today, we explore one of America's most iconic and underappreciated coins, the 1939 Lincoln Wheat Cent, without a mint mark, in fine condition. If you own one, you might be holding more than just copper. You could be holding a piece of American history worth real dollars in 2025. Sit back, subscribe, and join us for 45 minutes of fascinating facts, rare insights, shocking errors, and current market value. The origin of the 1939 Lincoln Cent. Designed by Victor David Brenner. Features Abraham Lincoln, introduced in 1909 to mark his 100th birthday. Reverse side, 2 wheat stalks, symbolizing prosperity. 1939 was a pre-World War II year, making every coin a witness to history. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark. Composition, 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. Mintage and physical specs. Total mintage at Philadelphia, 316,466,000 coins. Diameter, 19.05 millimeters. Weight, 3.11 grams. Edge plain. No mint mark equals Philadelphia Mint. While mintage was high, very few survive in fine condition today due to circulation and metal wear. What is fine condition? Fine is a mid-grade circulated condition. Lincoln's hair details visible, but not sharp. Wheat stalks worn, but still discernible. No major scratches or corrosion. Most 1939 cents today are lower grade. Fine condition adds value. Why 1939 is important. U.S. still recovering from the Great Depression. Just before World War II, with geopolitical tensions rising. Every coin minted that year is like a time capsule. Many were melted or damaged during metal shortages in World War II. Historical interest adds collectible value. Current market value in 2025. As of 2025, a 1939 no-mint mark Lincoln Cent in fine condition is valued at 20 cents to 50 cents on average. $1 to $5 if in very eye-appealing condition with rich patina. Bulk buyers pay more for rolls of fine coins. Coins with clean surfaces, even if not uncirculated, command a premium. Valuable errors to watch for. Rare errors include double die obverse, DDO, slight doubling on Liberty, or In God We Trust. Off-center strikes, valuable if 10% to 50% off. BI error, die crack between B and E in Liberty. Die cracks, cuds, lamination errors, fetch higher prices among error collectors' value of error coins, $5 to $100 plus depending on type and condition. Auction prices and shocking sales. A high-grade 1939 MS-67 red sold for over $2,000 at auction. Error coins sold for $50 to $150. Even circulated coins sold in bulk can surprise collectors. eBay and heritage auctions show steady demand. Market remains strong for 1930s Lincoln Cents. Collector demand in 2025. Collectors seek full date sets from 1909 to 1958 wheat cents. 1939 is considered a key filler for mid-level collectors. High nostalgia value. Affordable but getting scarcer. Rising interest among international collectors as well. How to check and preserve your coin. Use a 10x magnifying glass to inspect. Liberty details. Date clarity. Error signs store in coin flips or albums. Keep away from moisture and air. Never clean your coin. It kills the value use PSGS or NGC for grading rare or error coins. Final thoughts plus call to action. The 1939 Lincoln Wheat penny without mint mark isn't just a coin. It's a time traveler from a forgotten era. In fine condition, it carries history, value, and charm. Today it might be worth under $1, but for collectors it's priceless. And who knows, you could stumble upon a rare error worth hundreds or even thousands. So dig through your piggy banks, old drawers, and coin jars. That tiny cent might be your next big surprise. Subscribe, like, and share if you love coin collecting. Drop a comment if you have this coin and tell us where you found it. The year was 1940. America was slowly recovering from the Great Depression and bracing itself for the possibility of war. In the heart of economic uncertainty and global unrest, the U.S. Mint produced over 500 million 1-cent coins, including those minted in Philadelphia, which bear no mint mark. These coins weren't just currency. They were carried by soldiers, workers, and families during a defining era. The 1940 no-mint mark penny is a symbol of resilience and American identity during a time of global tension. Design features. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the 1940 penny features the enduring profile of President Abraham Lincoln, facing right. The words, "In God We Trust," crown the top, with liberty to the left and the year 1940 to the right, but notably, no mint mark beneath the date. On the reverse side, twin wheat stalks flank the bold words 1 cent and United States of America. Above, we see the Latin motto, E pluribus unum. This is why it's also called the wheat penny. This classic design lasted from 1909 until 1958, and the 1940 version is among the most iconic of the series. Mintage and mint locations. In 1940, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 586 million 1-cent coins. These had no mint mark, which is what we're focusing on today. That's a large mintage, but that doesn't mean every coin survived. Many have been lost, worn out, or destroyed. Fewer survive in fine or higher grades, and even fewer have the rare features that collectors crave, such as doubling, off-centers, or die cracks. Grading the coin. In the world of numismatics, condition is everything. The 1940 penny we're discussing is in fine F12 condition, which means moderate wear on Lincoln's cheek and jaw. Some merging of wheat lines on the reverse. All lettering and date are clearly visible. Though not mint state, fine condition coins remain collectible and valuable depending on demand and rarity. Rare errors to watch for. Some 1940 Lincoln cents, even without mint marks, contain error varieties that fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Double die obverse. DDO, a clear doubling of the date or lettering. Off-center strike. Some coins are misaligned, showing blank areas. Lamination error. Flakes or peels in the metal due to planchet issues. The I error, a small die crack between the B and D in Liberty, forming what looks like the letter I. If you have a 1940 penny with one of these errors, even in fine condition, your coin could be worth $50 to $500+ or more. Value in today's market. Let's get to the big question. How much is your 1940 no mint mark penny worth today in fine condition? Typical value in fine condition. Around 20 cents to 30 cents for average circulated pieces. 50 cents to $1.50 for problem-free, sharp examples. $5 to $25 plus if it has a collectible error. On eBay, collectors pay $10 to $100 or more for certified error varieties or unusually well-struck pieces. So yes, a simple 1-cent coin could actually be worth 100 times its face value or more. Auction sales and examples. Recently, auction houses like Heritage Auctions and eBay sellers have listed 1940 pennies with prices ranging from $20 to $150 for coins with minor errors. $500 plus for DDOs in high condition. $1,200 for pristine red examples graded MS 67 by PCGS. Even coins in fine condition with interesting toning or eye appeal can grab collector attention. How to identify and preserve your coin. Don't handle your old coins roughly. Use cotton gloves. Store them in acid-free sleeves or coin flips. And never clean them. Cleaning reduces value drastically. Look at your coin under magnification for doubling or die cracks. Bonus. Take clear pictures and post them on collector forums or submit to PCGS/NGC for grading if you believe you have a rare specimen. Why collectors love this coin. Collectors cherish the 1940 Lincoln cent for its historical era, World War II. Classic design. Availability for beginners. Potential for discovery of valuable errors. It's often one of the first coins young collectors find in grandma's jar, and sometimes it's one of the most valuable. So there you have it, a coin that was once pocket change during a world at war, now a hidden treasure worth far more than its humble 1-cent face. Search your drawers. Check your old jars. You might just be holding a tiny piece of American history and potentially a valuable collector's item. You learned something new today, don't forget to. Next. Imagine holding a piece of American history right in your hand. Minted in 1942, amidst the backdrop of World War II, the Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark might look ordinary to the untrained eye, but its value, errors, and backstory might just surprise you. Welcome to the ultimate guide to the 1942 U.S. 1-cent coin in fine condition. Let's unlock the secrets of this historical treasure. Historical context. Introduce 1942. The U.S. at war, copper scarcity looming, economy shifting. Lincoln Wheat penny design. Obverse, Lincoln's profile. Reverse, 2 wheat ears. Designer, Victor David Brenner. Why no mint mark? The coins minted in Philadelphia typically had no mint mark. Minting and production. Total mintage, over 657 million coins. No mint mark equals Philadelphia Mint. Discuss why 1942 pennies were still made of copper. Zinc-coated steel came later in 1943. Talk about fine condition grading. Light wear, but details of Lincoln and wheat stocks still visible. Market value in fine condition. Now, the big question, what is it worth today? Fine condition, F. 12 approximate, 20 cents to 35 cents USD in today's market. Circulated but collectible due to historical value. Bulk rolls sell for higher per coin value to collectors. Why so many people still save these coins today. Rare errors that increase value. Highlight popular minting errors. Double die obverse, DDO. Lincoln's date and motto slightly doubled. Off-center strike, misaligned image, can fetch $20 to $100 plus. Clipped planchet, missing a curved section, adds collector value. Die cracks and cuts, raised metal from die damage, collectible quirks. Some rare 1942 era pennies have sold for hundreds, even thousands, of dollars at auction. How to identify a valuable 1942 penny. Use a jeweler's loupe or USB microscope. Look for doubling on "In God We Trust" or the date. Check edges for off-centers or planchet clips. Compare to certified examples from PCGS or NGC. Auction sales and price trends. Recent eBay and heritage auction sales. Prices for rare versions and higher grades, MS65 plus worth $10 to $30. Talk about full red, arty, pennies from 1942 reaching $100 plus. Market interest increasing among younger collectors. Global interest and collector appeal. Did you know? Collectors around the world are fascinated by American wartime coinage. Global buyers on eBay, Etsy, collector forums. Often part of World War II coin sets. Used in education, history, museums, art projects. Preservation and storage. Use acid-free coin flips or capsules. Avoid PVC holders. Damages copper. Store in dry, temperature-controlled environment. Clean only with distilled water, no chemicals. How to get your coin graded. Top grading companies, PCGS, NGC, Annex. Cost and process for grading. When grading is worth the investment. How certification increases value and trust. Final thoughts and collector motivation. What looks like just 1 cent might be your doorway into the world of numismatic fortune. Share stories of collectors finding rare errors in old jars. Encourage viewers to check their own 1942 coins. Mention estate sales, flea markets, and antique shops as good sources next. Today, we dive deep into the world of vintage American coins, zooming in on one of the most intriguing pieces from the World War II era, the 1945 Lincoln Wheat cent without a mint mark in fine condition. Could this humble penny be worth more than just 1 cent today? Stay with us as we uncover the coin's background, features, and current value in the market. This is not just a penny, it's a piece of American history. Historical context. World War II was nearing its end. 1945 was a monumental year globally and domestically. America was producing coins in large quantities to support economic recovery. The Lincoln wheat cent had already been in circulation since 1909. No mint mark on this coin indicates it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the main minting facility at the time. Over 1 billion Lincoln cents were minted in 1945 across all mints, with over 1,040,515,000 from Philadelphia. Physical details. Obverse, front Abraham Lincoln portrait by Victor David Brenner. Under the date, you'll see there is no mint mark, classic Philly production. Reverse, back 2 wheat stalks on either side of the words 1 cent and United States of America, hence, it's nicknamed the wheat penny. Composition, 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, still a traditional bronze composition before the shift in later decades. Weight, 3.11 grams. Diameter, 19 millimeters.
Edge plain.
What makes 1945 pennies special? Despite high mintage, some factors make this coin special. It was among the last wartime pennies. High copper demand during World War II had led to changes in composition, steel cents in 1943. 1945 marked the return to the regular bronze alloy. Symbolically, this penny represents the resilience and rebirth of a post-war America. Condition and grading explained. Your coin is in fine F12 condition, which means moderate to heavy wear. Major details visible but flat in places. Rims should still be intact, though worn. Other grades, for comparison. Good. G4 heavy wear, some letters merged with rim. Very fine. VF20 moderate wear, all lettering and design clear. Extremely fine, EF40 minor wear on high points. Uncirculated. MS60 plus no wear, full mint luster. Value in today's market. So, what's this penny worth in fine condition today? As of 2025. Fine condition, no mint mark. Market value is around 15 cents to 30 cents USD, depending on buyer demand and copper price. High-grade specimens, MS65 plus can sell for $10 to $25 or more. Errors or unique toning may increase the value significantly, up to $100 plus depending on rarity. Remember, this coin contains a small amount of copper. When copper prices surge, bulk copper cents become more valuable as bullion. Rare errors to watch for. Let's talk about some error coins from 1945. Off-center strikes. Partial designs worth $10 to $50 plus. Double die obverse. DDO, look for doubling on In God We Trust or Liberty. Clipped planchet. A portion of the coin is missing. Value depends on severity. BI error. A die break between the B and E in Liberty forming a BIE, worth $5 to $15. If you own one with these errors, you could have a rare and valuable piece. Collector's tips and market trends. These coins are affordable entry points for beginners in U.S. coin collecting. Look for original color, red coins. Better eye appeal equals higher value. Demand increases when copper prices rise or interest in wartime coin spikes. Keep coins in non-PVC flips or acid-free holders to preserve condition. Visit shows, online auctions, eBay, heritage auctions, and forums like PCGS or NGC. Let's touch briefly on the 1945 Canadian 1 cent coin. Also made of bronze, 95.5% copper. Features King George VI on the obverse. Value in fine condition ranges 10 cents to 25 cents CAD. Collectors love these World War II-era Canadian pennies too. So, what have we learned today? That even the smallest coin, a 1945 Lincoln wheat penny, can carry history, value, and charm. Whether it's worth 25 cents or $25, it's a conversation starter and a collectible next. This is not just a penny, this is a time traveler from 1950, a piece of American history. If you're holding a 1950 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark in D condition, you may be surprised by what it could be worth in today's market. In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1950 no mint mark 1 cent coin, its value, hidden varieties, and shocking auction prices. Buckle up, coin lovers. Let's unlock the secrets of this iconic piece. Historical backdrop of the 1950 penny. 1950. The world was healing after World War II, and America was entering a new age of industry and technology. Amidst this, the U.S. Mint continued its production of Lincoln wheat cents. The Philadelphia Mint, as always, produced coins without a mint mark. That means, if your penny shows no small letter under the date, it's from Philadelphia. That was standard until the 1970s. In 1950, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 272 million of these pennies. But not all of them survived, especially not in clean, damage-free, collectible-worthy condition. Decondition explained. What does it mean? Now, let's talk about condition. When we say decondition, we are not referring to a Denver mint mark. We're talking about coin grading. According to coin grading scales, a D grade means about good to good condition. You can see Abraham Lincoln, the date, and some wheat stalks on the reverse, but the finer details are worn out. It's not in pristine shape, but still collectible. These types of coins are often found in jars, drawers, and old collections passed down through generations. Value of the 1950 no mint mark penny in decondition. So, how much is your 1950 penny without a mint mark in D condition worth today? Based on the current collector market in 2025, here's the breakdown. In D condition, it's worth about 5 cents to 15 cents USD. That's 5 to 15 times its face value. On eBay or collector forums, bulk lots of wheat pennies with D-grade examples are selling well. Coin shops may pay around 5 to 10 cents per coin. Remember, this is a common date coin, but that doesn't make it worthless. Wheat cents are always in demand. Rare errors of the 1950 no mint mark penny. Now here's where it gets exciting. Some rare error versions of the 1950 penny can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Look out for these. Fire double die obverse, DDO, a strong doubling on the date or liberty. Collision off-center strikes, parts of the design missing due to poor alignment. Gemstone die cracks or cuts, raised blobs caused by cracked, minting dies. Magnet repunched mint marks. Even though there's no mint mark, some collectors misidentify worn Denver ones. A 1950 penny with a strong double die error sold at auction for over $1,200. Keep an eye out. Even in bad shape, errors make coins explode in value. Market demand in 2025. Why collectors still want. Why is there still demand for a common penny from 1950? Wheat reverse design. This iconic reverse was used from 1909 to 1958. Copper content. 1950 pennies were made of 95% copper, unlike today's zinc cents. Collector sets. People building date sets or coin folders always seek 1950s examples. Nostalgia. It connects generations. A grandparent's penny passed to a child. On platforms like eBay, Etsy, and collector auctions, 1950 wheat pennies are consistently listed and sold, especially in bulk. How to store and sell your 1950 penny. If you're holding a 1950 penny, don't clean it. Cleaning lowers its value. Backhand index pointing right, store it in a 2x2 coin flip or coin capsule. A wheat penny collector folder. Heavy $sign selling tips. eBay is best for bulk lots. Facebook groups and forums are great for collectors. Visit a local coin shop for appraisals. Tip: if you find an error or higher grade coin, consider submitting to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. 1950 penny compared to other years. Let's quickly compare it to nearby years. 1949 no mint mark penny, slightly more valuable due to lower mintage. 1951 penny, often has better strikes but more common. 1955 penny, known for the ultra-rare double die, worth thousands. So while the 1950 penny is not the rarest, it's a solid collectible and sits in the sweet spot of demand and nostalgia. Final thoughts. Is it worth keeping? So, is the 1950 no mint mark penny in decondition worth keeping? Absolutely. While it won't make you rich overnight, it holds historic, aesthetic, and numismatic value. Combine it with other wheat pennies, watch for errors, and you may just uncover a true treasure hiding in plain sight. NRXD. Today, we're unlocking the astonishing story of a tiny copper treasure from the past, the 1955 United States 1-cent coin without a mint mark, in D condition. You might be holding a coin that looks ordinary, but wait until you hear how this 1955 cent can stun collectors and potentially turn heads in the auction world. Historical backdrop. In 1955, America was booming post-World War II. Rock and roll was rising, television was growing, and the Lincoln cent continued its historic journey across millions of pockets. This was the 46th year of the Lincoln wheat cent design, which had started in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. But in 1955, something interesting happened. A large number of 1-cent coins were struck without a mint mark, meaning they were minted in Philadelphia, which traditionally didn't use a mint mark. Coin design and composition. Let's take a closer look at the design. Obverse, front the bold portrait of President Lincoln facing right. Reverse, back two strong wheat ears flanking the words 1 cent and United States of America. The 1955 1-cent coin is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it that rich, classic tone. Its diameter is 19.05 millimeters and it weighs 3.11 grams. Tiny in size, massive in story. Now, let's break down what decondition means in numismatics. This is a lower-end grade that usually shows clear wear. The details on Lincoln's hair and coat are mostly flattened. The wheat stalks on the reverse side may be faded. Surface scratches and discoloration are common. But don't be fooled. Even in decondition, this coin holds value, especially when paired with rarity or historical importance. 1955 is legendary in coin collecting circles because of one iconic error, the 1955 double die. This ultra-rare version, which clearly shows doubling in the date and lettering, can sell for thousands. However, even regular 1955 coins without a mint mark carry collector interest, especially as we move deeper into the 21st century. Fewer clean examples remain, and deconditioned coins still offer charm, age, and a connection to mid-century American history. Now the part you've been waiting for. The value of a 1955 no-mint mark penny in decondition in today's market. In 2025, these coins typically sell between 10 cents to 25 cents if well circulated. If it's a bit better than D, it can go up to $1 to $2. Uncirculated or red-colored examples, even without the famous error, might command $10 to $50 or more. Tip: look for unique toning, full wheat lines, and smooth rims. Even small differences increase value. Why mention Canada? Because U.S. cents were frequently used during the 1950s. The border trade was heavy, and American coins often interchanged, especially the 1-cent denomination. So it's not uncommon to find 1955 U.S. Lincoln cents in coin collections, sometimes even tucked away in boxes of old Canadian change. Collector's perspective. Collectors love 1955 Lincoln cents for many reasons. It's a wheatback design no longer produced after 1958. It's part of the World War II to Cold War era coins, symbolizing a rich period in U.S. history. And, of course, it's affordable for beginner collectors, but still old enough to fascinate experts. Auction results and surprise finds. On platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Etsy. A 1955 no-mint mark penny in decondition recently sold for 35 cents to $1.20. In bulk lots, they often appear in starter collector sets. Coins with even light doubling or unusual toning have fetched $20 to $100, depending on buyer interest. Final thoughts to action. That humble 1955 penny, without a mint mark, might not make you a millionaire, but it tells a powerful story of American history, wartime economy, and classic design. Next, let's begin with a trip back in time, to the year 1956. Dwight D. Eisenhower was president. Elvis Presley was climbing the charts. And the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was busy producing over 420 million 1-cent coins. These coins still featured the legendary wheat reverse, last seen just 3 years later in 1958. The obverse shows President Abraham Lincoln, a design introduced in 1909 and created by Victor Brenner. Physical details and no mint mark significance. The 1956 penny weighs 3.11 grams and is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, classic pre-1982 copper alloy. Now what does no mint mark mean? It simply means it was minted in Philadelphia. And here's a collector's secret. No mint mark doesn't mean common. In fact, some of the rarest coins in U.S. history have no mint mark. What is decondition? When we say decondition, we're not referring to a Denver mint mark. We mean the coin is in damaged or heavily worn condition, far from the dazzling luster of uncirculated grades. But don't lose hope. Even heavily worn coins can carry value, especially if they have errors, history, or demand. Common errors to watch for. Now here's where things get exciting. Some 1956 no mint mark pennies feature rare and valuable minting errors. Double die obverse, DDO. Look for doubled lettering on Liberty, or In God We Trust. The I error, a die break between the B and E in Liberty. Off-center strikes can be worth $10 to over $100 depending on percentage. Even with damage, errors can dramatically increase a coin's value. Grading versus market value. Grading determines your coin's real value. Decondition or poor, 2 to 10 cents. G4, good 5 to 15 cents. F, 12, fine 10 to 25 cents. XF, extra fine 30 to 60 cents. MS, 60 to MS, 65, can bring $5 to $25 or even $50 plus in high-demand markets. Errors? Multiply that value instantly. In 2025, vintage collectors and bulk copper buyers are paying attention to older coins. Because the melt value of copper is rising, even worn pennies have a floor value. But collectors on eBay and other auctions are paying $3 to $10 for deconditioned 1956 pennies with visible wheat stalks or slight errors. Rare error coins? Auctions show sales of $75 to over $250. Let's look at real-world sales. A 1956 no mint mark with a minor die crack sold for $18.50 on eBay. A severely off-center 1956 wheat penny went for $145. Even a cleaned deconditioned coin with bold wheat ears brought in $5. It's not just about condition, it's about story, rarity, and eye appeal. Before you dismiss that old penny, take a closer look. Even a deconditioned 1956 cent, if unique, can surprise you. The coin in your drawer might be more valuable than you think. Coppa's value, historical appeal, and a touch of luck. It's the perfect recipe for a hidden treasure. Next. The 1957 Lincoln penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This is why there is no mint mark. It features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor Brenner. This design first appeared in 1909 and is still in use today. But here's what makes the 1957 penny special. It was minted during a time of post-war economic optimism. The Cold War was rising, Dwight D. Eisenhower was president, and America was investing heavily in science, technology, and infrastructure. This coin is a frozen piece of that historic moment. The obverse features Lincoln facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust," above his head, Liberty to the left, and the date, 1957, to the right. The reverse side bears the classic wheat ears design with the inscriptions 1 cent, United States of America, and E pluribus unum above. This was one of the last years the wheat design was used, just 1 year before it changed to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. That alone gives the 1957 penny a strong spot in collectors' hearts. Here's the shocker. Over 282 million 1957 pennies without mint mark were produced by the Philadelphia Mint. That's a huge number, but don't let that fool you. While the coin is common in circulated condition, collectors today look for well-preserved examples in fine to mint state condition. And fine condition, like the one we're focusing on today, the coin shows moderate wear but still maintains all major details and wheat stalks. Now let's talk money. What is the 1957 1-cent coin without mint mark worth in fine condition on the current U.S. collector's market? As of today, in fine condition, the value is around 10 cents to 20 cents. Yes, that's 10 to 20 times its face value. If you have one in uncirculated or red gem condition, prices can reach $2 to $15, and rare air varieties can go even higher. So while it may not make you a millionaire, finding one of these in your change could still turn your penny into real profit. Be on the lookout for rare errors such as double die obverse, DDO, where letters appear doubled, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks though rare for no mint mark coins. These errors can multiply your penny's value, sometimes into the hundreds of dollars depending on condition and rarity. The 1957 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a beautiful and affordable piece of American history. It reminds us that sometimes the smallest coin can tell the biggest story. Next, could this tiny copper coin from 1958 make you a fortune today? You're looking at a piece of American history, the 1958 Lincoln wheat cent without a mint mark, in D condition. What might seem like just another penny could be worth far more than 1 cent. Struck in Philadelphia, this penny is part of the final year of the beloved wheatback design, a design that honored the hardworking American spirit for over 4 decades. The reverse features 2 wheat stalks surrounding the proud words 1 cent, while the obverse displays the timeless portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. Now, let's talk condition. A coin in D condition, which means noticeable wear and handling over time, still holds significant collectible value, especially for enthusiasts who admire vintage coins from the pre-1960s era. In today's market, a 1958 Lincoln cent with no mint mark in D condition can be valued at around 10 cents to 25 cents, depending on buyer interest, toning, and originality. But here's the twist. If your coin has any rare errors like a double die obverse or off-center strike, your penny might be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For example, a 1958 double die penny is fetched over $1,000 at auctions. These rare errors are incredibly desirable and can elevate your coin's value far beyond face value. So, before you toss that old penny aside, take a closer look. Check for the year, the condition, and any unique features. You might just be holding on to a hidden gem. The 1958 no mint mark penny is more than just a coin. It's a chapter in America's economic story. Whether you're a collector, an investor, or just curious, this tiny cent reminds us that value isn't always obvious. Subscribe, like. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin collecting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Have a 1958 penny at home? Tell us about it. Who knows? Your coin could be the next viral treasure. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes it only takes 1 cent to change everything.